Sunday. We still do this. We working on a Sunday. We working on a Sunday, people. Hello. What you might be watching at this very moment, it is a momentous moment in history. Mark it down on your calendars. Daylight Savings Time 2025, Tea Time Tailgate Week 9. Here we are. What you are watching, what this show is, this is Tea Time, but this is a special edition that we do every single week where it's Tea Time Tailgate. This is a live NFL pick show. Live. This is live, people. We're doing this show live. It's a live NFL pick show for best bets, mortal locks, fantasy football advice, and also just how to optimize your football Sundays, people. They're running low. They're running low. I hate to say it. We got to optimize and make the most out of each one of these beautiful, beautiful days. As I said, this is Tea Time. What you were looking at, I'm your host, Tony Murr, but you can call me the captain for now because this is Captain Crunch. This was Halloween weekend. I'm still in the spirit, and I got my outfit on. I hope you're watching in yours. We got Riley. Riley's here on a Sunday. Welcome, Riley. Great to see you, dude. Great to see you. I don't want to waste any more time. This is no longer a special guest that's a part of Tea Time. This right here, he is a co-host. It is Stevie Splits. Let me give him 1 second. Evan, you are not on yet, but you will be soon. Yep, we're gonna get this going right there. Let's go screen capture. We're going there. Going here. Yeah, we're gonna enlarge that. Ev, we need you on. We need you on.
Can you hear me live and direct?
We can hear you, can't see you.
How about now?
Still can't see you.
It's showing on my end. I don't know if it's a.
Oh wait. Wait, I think that was the key. I think that was the key. Let me get this here. No, sorry. We're gonna be there in a sec, Ev. We're gonna be there in a sec. All right. It is none other than Stevie Splits in the house. It's Stevie Splits.
If you didn't give me the co-host title today, I was going to come in and ask what can I be doing better to get that acclamation. But I'm glad to see that you brought it forward. You were proactive about it. That means I'm doing my job, and I'm ecstatic to be your co-host. You run a great operation. I mean, you got Riley tuning in every week. You got him giving away his horse race leads. You got him tuning in on a Sunday at 11:30, which is hard to get anyone to do anything on 11:30. So that means you're doing something right, my friend.
I mean, it feels really good. We never had the formal conversation of you becoming co-host. It just kind of
Yeah.
happened naturally. And what I gotta say that I respect from you is that you weren't asking why am I not the co-host. You say what could I be doing better. So like
Yes.
you're already asking the right questions to be a part of the show. And I mean, really, it's come to a point where there is no tailgate without our Stevie Splits. I'm glad to have you here, and I'm curious how your Halloween weekend was.
Well, Anthony, let's just say I got a riddle for you on how my Halloween was. And I would like you to take a guess as what I am, and I'm feeling a little spicy to give you a little
Yeah,
hint.
yeah. That's what we call a spice rack.
Yeah, it's correct. This guy is clearly an educated man.
That's a set on you. People are wondering what's a better set: Sydney Sweeney at Vanity Fair or Stevie Splits with his spice rack.
But I'll tell you what, Sydney Sweeney, she might have the voluptuous, but she doesn't have tahini on the rim.
See, that's extra spice that you're cooking with, and I can already tell the type of mood that you're in. I can already tell the places that you're going. It's really special. I do have to let's address one thing for Riley here. He's wondering about the Blue Jays last night. That was sad. What a game that
Oh,
was. That game seven.
it was
They
so good.
deserve to win that game, but. The theatrics of it, the 9-hitter for the Dodgers tying up the game in the top of the ninth, it was awesome. It was such a cool game. I mean, that's what you want out of the World Series. Game 7, extra innings. That's some of the best theater when it comes to live sports.
It was incredible. I was one of the first World Series games I had watched almost in its entirety in a long time when the Red Sox weren't in it.
Right.
I mean, you get a game seven in any sport, I'm going to tune in. That's just intensity that you dream about. And there was a lot of clutch moments in that game, my friend.
There was. Tune in.
That was.
I was doing Tune in Tokyo.
But to answer your question before we go into this week's slate of how my Halloween was, it was hysterical. We got like an okay amount of kids, but Holly's mom neighborhood, they literally bus people in from like not so good towns that are around our area and the
To
neighborhood
your neighborhood.
to Holly's mom's neighborhood, which is like less than a mile from me, and it was absolutely packed. I'm like the amount of kids there was insane, but her mom and had her friend over it. Barbara, if you remember her, she was
Oh
at
yeah.
the
She's a
yep.
swimmer.
She and
No, that
no,
wasn't the swimmer.
that's Cindy. That's Cindy. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not the
yeah,
swimmer.
yeah. Barbara was at the house crawl we did way back in Southie, but
Yep.
if you were like not a young kid, they were forcing kids to tell them a joke to be able to take candy. It was absolutely hysterical. It was uncomfortable at first for sure because they were like pretty adamant. They were like, "Come on, you got jokes," and like because that they were getting like riled up because the kids like manners weren't up to par, up to snuff. Like they weren't even saying trick or treat half the time. So then they like pivoted to like making them tell the jokes, and some of the jokes they told were absolutely hilarious. People started getting into it for
That's
sure. Like
great.
the kids were excited because there was like a line just to get into like to grab candy from our house. So like you're like waiting and like stewing on some jokes. There was actually a lot of hilarious ones that aren't PG. I don't even think for your channel that I want to share offline. But
Give me
the
something.
the most classic one that I heard that was PG was why did the skeleton not go to the dance?
Why?
Because he had no body to go with.
Okay.
Pretty good.
That's
Pretty
pretty
good.
good. That's pretty good.
Pretty good
And
for a kid on the spot, eh?
right, it is. It is. And I gotta say this too that I I'm a manners first and foremost type of guy. Like I want that respect to be outwardly portrayed. And that's something that I've noticed with kids lately is they're lacking that the general manners that we grew up with. So I'm glad that they were kind of laying down the law to say, you know, I've been saying trick or treat, give me something.
Oh my god, yeah, they were like if like it was like an alien. Hey, Mr. Alien, hello, hello, thank you, trick or treat.
Oh,
No, oh my god. I mean, they were drinking wine too, so they were not holding back. The parents were like kind of loving it too. And if you, no, it was hilarious. But like if you told a good joke, they like rewarded you and like gave you more than just like one or two pieces of candy.
right, exactly. And then that's when the kids started to realize, all right, let's whip ourselves into shape, and
Yep.
and that kind of brings us to us whipping ourselves into shape. Let's get into this slate. Let's get into this slate, Ev. I do want to just have a quick, I want a quick hit on our week last week, 2-0 in our mortal locks. The other bets we throw out a lot of bets, so like you're gonna end up even most of the time. You can tell from my record 106 and 116. I'm right about 50%. That's okay, but what you really come for is the mortal locks. Myself,
Right.
Tony Murr, I'm 6-2. Stevie Splits, what are you 2-1?
3-1.
3-1. All right, so this is that's where you come. So Mortal Lock's gonna be coming towards the tail end of the show. Let's start getting into our picks right now. Ev, I'll say this and I'll stop calling you Ev because I don't like it. It's Stevie. It's Stevie. It's Stevie.
You
It's
could call
Stevie.
me Ice Spice today.
That's a good rack on you, kid.
Feels good.
I like how you're letting the air out too. The shoulders back.
Do you like how I
Tits
came
forward.
with a little mystery and I was like
I saw the top of the spices and yeah I
you
do
knew
like
something was coming.
yeah it was very climactic where you're like ooh look at the cleavage on that spice rack and then bam here I am it went from like a white household where they're not using too many spices and like everything's kind of bland, they're just doing built and bland chicken, and then you went to a full Latina's house where it's like we're putting all this spice in it, we're putting cumin, we're putting coriander, we're putting tahini.
Wow, Jamaican jerk on you.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason why I even say that is because I was at my friend's Halloween party on Friday night, and he's married to a Latina, and there was home cooked meals for everyone. They made like a ton of pork,
Oh,
rice and beans, and
you must have been in heaven. You must have been like, where can I find a friend of yours?
oh, it was great. It was great. Her mom was there, and she was staying with them. She didn't speak a lick of English. Just spent the whole party serving people. So she was so nice. And I was like, mi favorito. I don't know
All
if
right,
that. I don't,
let's go from plate to slate here.
Thank you. I mean, the transitions galore. The way that you did
Yeah,
that. I mean, that's how you elevate yourself to co-host. I gotta tell you
just
that right
learning from
there.
the best, my friend. Learning from the best.
You're good, man. You're good. So I mean, this first game sucks. Panthers at Packers. Packers minus
Okay.
3.5, 13.5 at home. Over unders 43.5. We got Bryce Young coming back for the Panthers. The Panthers had a um, like what type of loss was that? It was an embarrassing loss. Just to make it plain and simple, it was an embarrassing loss. They lost 40-9 last week, but that was with Andy Dalton. They have Bryce Young coming back, but they're notoriously bad away from home. The Packers, I think, are a Super Bowl favorite. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. This is one you don't really have to think much about. The Packers are going to win this game. They're going to win it handily. This is like when you go to the airport and you just have one backpack on you. Like it's really easy to handle. Like you're not carrying around the luggage. You're not going around with the kid. You're going to it's an hour flight and you're going to Baltimore. You're going from Boston to Baltimore. All you got is a backpack on. Easy handles. Packers minus 13.5. I like the over in this game as well, 43.5. And then I also like Bryce Young. He's going to get garbage time. This is going to happen in garbage time. He's going to throw 2 touchdown passes. That's plus 205.
Okay. Wow. Uh, I'm opposite on both of your picks on the spread and the over under.
Okay,
If
tell
I
me.
if I had to choose either one of them, Jordan Love's own for against the spread when he's a 7 point favorite or more. So maybe he checks out of this. You may be checking your bag, but Jordan Love is checking out of the game. Uh, and then from an over under perspective, I just don't really see how like either team are really gonna like be moving the ball too much. I think Bryce Young, he's good in games where he can scramble a little bit. And if he's on a bum ankle and he's not able to do that, I think he's going to have a lot more pressure on him and have to get it away quicker, maybe make some poor decisions. So I think Green Bay, to your point, is just going to get up, run the ball. Josh Jacobs, I think, is going to have a pretty good game. But for a prop, I have two of these today. Here's my first one. I'm going defense on you. If I like the under, I'm going to go defense on you, and I'm going to have Micah Parsons getting a sack today on the Carson's. It's Carson. Fuck,
Bryce.
I mean, Bryce Young's bum ankle. I'm going
Where'd you pull the Carson? I wanna extrapolate your brain right there.
Carson. Young
Carson Young
Carson.
is like I feel like Carson Young is like a country singer. What do you think?
I can't
Is it?
even tell you who Carson
Yeah,
Young is.
yeah. I mean, sometimes the brain it'll take you to crazy places, but I can tell.
Michael.
I can tell just
I
by
have
the
no
way
idea.
that we talked about this game that like this isn't a game that does nothing for us. When the
Yeah.
game's a 13.5 spread, that does nothing. That does absolutely nothing. And I'm ready to move on to the next game and stop talking about it honestly because this is a game that I'm highly curious about and I have a bad feeling about. We got Falcons at Patriots. Patriots minus 4.5 over under 45.5. The Atlanta Falcons are the most confusing team in the NFL. They beat the Bills. They lost to the Panthers 30-0. And one week they're amazing. The next week they're horrible. So I really don't know how to make heads or tails of this game. The captain was not seeing clearly when it came to this, but I did want to say something that it pains me to say. I don't like this spot for the Patriots. We are riding high right now. We've won 5 games in a row. The Falcons are going to really need a win more than we do. I think it's a want it more type of game. I don't know if they win. I'm scared that they might. I think they cover the 4.5. This is a game, and I'll tell the T timers right now. I'm not going to bet this, but if you like money, you probably want to bet this. It's bet Falcons plus 4.5. And then what I also liked was Bijan Robinson. He didn't get involved at all last game. I think he's going to get over 40.5, or I think it's just 40, over 40 receiving yards.
That does seem kind of low. And I don't think the Patriots linebackers are pretty good at covering backs out of the backfield, but they are good at stopping the run. So I like the pivot there. Yeah, I feel similar about the spread. I would choose Atlanta if I had to choose a side. Some stats for you: Stevie stats, Stevie signs, Stevie splits, what have you. I can really do it all. Atlanta teams off a loss by more than 2 TDs. as a TD or more favorite have gone 33-16-1 against the spread since 2003, covering by more than a field goal per game. This also includes a
For say that
24-9
again.
1.
That that is
Last week the Falcons were favorited by a lot, and
who
they
they
lost
to the
outright to the
Dolphins. Yep.
Dolphins.
Okay.
And teams following a blowout loss where they were such a big favorite in the previous week, that following week they're 67% against the spread. But if you want to go a little bit further, they're 72% against the spread if they're on the road in that next game, and they're 10-3-1, 77% against the spread when catching a field goal or more. That is exactly why the Sharks are hammering it. Those are three different trends. That is a 73% clip percentage wise, if you're a betting person, is unheard of. Like those numbers are so high. Like if you're 58% better better in any sport, that's like you're making a lot of money. So to be have a 73% trend in your favor, a 77% trend in your favor, and a 67% trend in your favor,
It's looking
all
Falcons.
that to say, all that to say, I'm not taking it because I'm a homer.
We're homers.
But if I was to take,
To,
I was to pick a side, it'd be that.
honestly, I want to bet the Patriots based on all those stats. I hated all that.
I think you were looking for a reason to pick the Patriots, so I just gave it to you.
There you go. Wait. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
But for my props, I love to have you picking my props actually for me on multiple games today. I'm going to give you an either or situation here, and you tell me which one you like better, and that's the one I'm going to do. No Ramondre Stevenson for the Patriots today, so I think they're going to be passing it more. I got Biggs over 47 and a half receiving yards, or we got Hollins over 19 and a half receiving yards.
Oh, Hollins is catching some stride. Give me Hollins.
I lean that way too. I even wrote in a bracket right after that. If you chose him, I was going to hit you with this one too. He's plus 500 to score a touchdown today.
Did he get? He didn't get one last week, right?
No, but he's going to be throwing the ball. I think he gets one red zone target a game. It's just whether or not it's completed.
Wait, so this actually bleeds in some. We got Ryan H5504 asking us Harvey or Henderson in a standard fantasy league. I feel as though Harvey has more upside, and I'm going against the number one team today. Is Henderson safer, but seems like the Pats won't let him loose. So if you listen to that little spiel from Stevie Splits, Ryan, we got Ramondre Stevenson out. He's pretty much the only running back we have. I would definitely lean Henderson in that situation. Harvey going against the Houston defense.
Yeah, I agree. It's Henderson, no doubt about it. They're gonna be passing it to Henderson today, and more importantly, to your point, Houston's defense is really good. The Broncos are only projected 19 points in their game, which is almost like the second lowest of the week. So.
And I mean, we might as well start talking about it because this is a game that I was very curious about, and it was one that I was looking at the spread, not understanding it. Broncos at Texans. Texans minus 1.5 at home, over under 40.5. So this is a game. So going back to last week when it was 49ers at Texans, Texans were minus 2.5. I was like, this line doesn't make sense. The 49ers are a way better team, and I'm thinking the same damn thing this week. I'm thinking the same damn thing this week, and now I'm doing the little flip flop. It's summer, and it's a summer of '79. I'm going to the beach, and I got my flip flops on because I'm going. Wait, the Texans, they shouldn't be favored against the Broncos. The Broncos are a way better team, so it has to be the Texans. But they were thinking that last week, so it probably's got to be the Broncos. It's got to go back. You know what? I want to get out of that line of thinking. Stop trying to get in my own way. The Broncos are a better team than the Texans. I don't care how good they looked last week. The 49ers had no one to rush C.J. Stroud. Had all the time in the world. The Broncos defense is so good. I'm going Broncos money line in this one, and I'm gonna do a huge money line parlay with them and two other teams. They're included in it, but also this is a weird one. But I just saw this. This is some shit when you're just seeing it, and I don't like betting it. You don't even want to watch this, but Nick Chubb to have under 38.5 rushing yards.
I love it. That's how you stay true to you. And if you're going huge, that's like two booms, which means you're going large. In short,
Yeah. You know.
last week, You couldn't understand the spread with the Texans. I told them. I then proceeded to give the Texans as my mortal lock. They covered pretty easily in that game. Uh, and my main point of why I went to the Texans last week is because I didn't really have a firm stance, but then I was like, Houston's defense is the best
Best unit.
unit on the fields. And I'm going to stick with that again. I'm going Houston money line as my pick in this game. And something that you did not mention that is very important is Sertan is out of for the Broncos, and he completely changes the scheme for the Broncos when he's not playing. He's able to lock down one side of the field. He's able to lock down one player. It's like when we didn't have Christian Gonzalez this year for the Patriots, you can clearly see that when he came in, it was a much different defense where we're able to focus on the run
Damn
a little bit
it.
more. So that in short is why I'm going.
That's
Not in
not.
short. That it's good stats. Why you should go Houston. And because no Sertan, no Curtin, that means Nico Collins game for me over 63.5 yards. That seemed low, which almost scared me off from doing it, but I did it anyway.
Meet Nico Collins, how many yards?
63.5.
He's coming off an injury. That's the only. That's the only bugaboo. That's the only bugaboo.
Yeah,
We got.
I mean, but like a concussion.
Oh, okay.
Not like
That's different. That's different. Okay, he's ready to
yeah,
go. Once you clear protocols, you're ready to go.
and
Smish.
you know protocol, my
If
friend.
you got smashed for brains, if your brain's looking like a pile of grits, don't matter. You cleared the protocol, get yourself in there. But we got
Damn
to
right. And
we have
everybody
two.
knows. Everyone knows a smash burger is trendy right now.
Oh, that's. I mean, I get that. I get that. I got one yesterday. We got two questions in the chat. Tet McMillan or Marv Harrison Jr. This is from Mike O'Brien.
Okay, who you going?
I'm going Marv. I'm going Marv in that one just because they're playing the Dallas defense.
Yeah, I like Marv too.
And
Not
then
even
we
close.
also got Hot Dog FC Superfan, not Hot Dog FC. He wants to know Booger Thompson or Rocky Devin in his flex in a half PPR league. I feel like Booger Thompson, he's the rookie. He's trying to come into his own. I would give him the nod. A lot of upside there.
I like Rocky Devin in this one. He's got a good matchup this week, especially with Shmooky McPookie out for as corner. So I think he's going to be able to eat up on the backside.
That's why they call you the splits, the Sevy splits. He
Yep.
knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. All right, so just we're getting a clock in. Okay, we're only three games in. There's a lot of games today. There's a lot of games today.
Wait, one thing before we go over, have you ever seen this? With you in this, it made me think of this. Captain Crunch, instead of "Oops all berries," it's "Oops all addies." It's a fucking cereal bowl full of fucking blue Adderall. All right, sorry. Continue.
That doesn't even seem like a joke that's in your arsenal. Like that was a weird pull, but okay.
I saw it forever ago, and then I was like, wait, don't I have a Captain Crunch like meme? And then I found it in my camera roll.
Yeah, okay. At least we could memify it, you know. All
Yeah.
right, next game. So when I write, let me say it first. Actually, Colts at Steelers. Steelers +3 over under 41.5. This is a game I write down the games on this sheet of paper. This is kind of like my pick sheet, and as I'm going, I'll make one or two pick. I make at least two picks per game, and I'm looking at this, and this is one that I skipped over. This is one that I skipped over because I couldn't make sense of it, and I was going back and forth. It was another total flip flop situation. I want these are two teams that I want to be on the right side on. I want to be on the right side for when the Colts start shitting the bed and turning into a
Yeah,
normal
right.
team, and they just seemingly don't do that. And I want to be on the right side for the Steelers when they're an underdog at home. You want to bet them. So it's like if that all lines up, I would pick the Steelers right now. But I just can't see I can't see a world where they get their defense together to beat the Colts. I got the Colts -3, and I got this little guy. So this is a guy where he thinks of himself as to be 5% Native American. So
Oof, it's a
so
lot.
he's 5% Native American, and because of that, he's a minority and should be viewed as such. This is my Elizabeth Warren, Jalen Warren TD play. Jalen Warren touchdown.
Very nice. You just also made my prop pick much easier. It was going to be a question for you, but you just answer it. So I'll start with the prop. I'm gonna keep it on the Warren theme. I'm gonna go Tyler Warren touchdown because 5% chance is good enough for me.
Oh
And
wait,
then
we got two Warren. We have two Warrens in this game.
yes,
Wow,
yes,
this is the we might have to do the Warren parlay.
yeah,
I think that says it all right there.
yeah,
I didn't even realize at the time that's how we're gonna go double Warren on that. Okay.
yeah. That's very good. That's very
But
good.
what
And
you
then
got on the side? I want to know more about that.
so this is a
I want to
sharp
know
game like
more.
I'm giving it to you. Listen up here. Listen up here. All right, so sharp game like you read about it. Stevie splits. Let me give it to you real quick. We got 29% on a percent of bets on the Steelers with 50% of the money. So that's over 20%. That's a little standard deviation. I like
That's a
to see when
split.
I'm going for a bet. That's a split. And then here's a couple of things you're gonna like. One is more of a qualitative, one's more of a quantitative. And I know you're gonna like the qualitative one more, so I'll give it to you
I'm a
first.
qualitative
This is
guy.
yeah, this is
Qualitative comes down to feel. I'm all
yeah.
feel.
This is going to be only the Colts' second game outside the entire year so far, and their only game outside before that was in Tennessee, and it was a beautiful day. So now you're going into Pittsburgh,
What's the weather
into
like?
the terrible town. I have no idea.
God
It doesn't
damn
matter
it.
to me. I'm just focused on being outside. You can't ask me everything. Go look at Sleeper. I know Hot Dog MC loves that. And then we always say this, but Tomlin as an underdog, he's 21, 8-3, 72.4 against as a home dog, and then him as a home dog off of a loss, which he was also home dog last week. He's 11-4, 73%. So
Oh, so I
Steelers are
already
Steelers
hate.
are the Steelers are the play, but I'm really trying to fucking wedge myself here. I have this Colts and some money line parlays, but I have the Steelers spread. And Anthony, I just want to bring it up to you because you seemingly always forget Pierce over 46 and a half receiving yards. That's hit. I don't even know how many times in a row. I also saw a fun one
He's got to do it.
if you wanted to pivot from his yardage total, like you could go his longest catch over 15 and a half.
Come on, that's. I mean, we got to milk that cash cow for all he's worth. Keep
Oh,
going.
I'm locked in on that, but and if it doesn't hit, what we say, that's a good bet.
Oh, that like we got tea time weatherman hot dog FC super fan coming in. Nice weather across the league today. He's right. It's 50 degrees and sunny in Pittsburgh. So I don't know, but I like the Tomlin stats though. I like the
Yeah.
Tomlin stats. It seems like oh man, I keep going back and forth. This the so I was listening to a podcast this week too. I was listening to a podcast this week with Brian Baldinger, like a big ball football knower, and he was saying this week comes down to what teams need to win more, and you would definitely put the Steelers in that category over the Colts.
Right. It's like the Broncos Texans game. It's like a Super Bowl of who's good or not.
Right.
Like yeah.
Right. Exactly. It's a field game. You're gonna find out who's good, who's not. It's like that's why that's when you show up to the dance and that's when you really see what's going down. You're like I thought Jenny was hot, but then I saw her at the dance and she really stepped it up a level. You're obsessed with your rack. You're obsessed with your own rack.
I mean, you always know I've been one of them booby guys.
Oh, you ever see a pair of titties like these?
Oh, Team Rim. Look at
Ah,
this. I got fucking the red pepper flakes and the tahini just ready to be milked.
really, really spicy. Really spicy. All right. This is another game where I skipped over it because I did not know what I was picking. Bears at Bengals. Bengals plus 2.5 at home. Over under 51.5. This is the game that we've been waiting for in terms of this one
Ooh.
guy because DeAndre Swift is out and now it's
Yeah.
an all Manungai situation. You go Manungai here,
Manungai.
he gets the job done. He gets the job done because this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. The Bears are going to win this game, and they're going to want to control the clock, control the ball. They're going to run the ball down their throats with Manungai. He's stepping it up and showing he is the guy as Manungai. I got under 51.5 points this game because they're going to be running the ball. And then I got over 16 and a half rushing attempts for the Monongai.
I love that. I love it. 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 To answer Riley's question in the chat, is Joe Flacco good to go? Yes, he's expected to play. And yes, I'm
Way
taking
to
the
come back
Chicago
around
Bears
that. Nice.
minus 2.5. And yes, I'm going to take the over 51.5 because Flacco is playing. If it wasn't Flacco, I was going to go under, but I'm going over splits wise. Chicago minus 2.5, 57% and 77% of the money, 53% of the bets, 81% of the money on the over. And I also love Manungai. There's nothing you could tell me in this game for Manungai that I would be afraid of. I don't care if you go rushing. I don't care if you go receiving. But I definitely care that you go TD because he's going to score. And you're also going to parlay it with another guy later in the game. But it's going to be vital that you do him as a TD pick is what I'm saying for now.
That's really good. You know what? I'm gonna skip right ahead to that game. Is that still a 1 o'clock game? Yeah, it is. That's still a 1 o'clock game. And I'm gonna skip right to it because you and I, as you like to say, are aligned. We got Chargers at Titans. The Titans are plus 10.5 points at home, over under 43.5. Just like you were just alluding to, Stevie, we got Vital scoring a touchdown in this game. Harbaugh, I love the sights and sounds between the games. That's where you really pay attention. That's where you can really lock in. Harbaugh said that Vital is playing like the number one running back in the league. That's what he said he's playing like. And when you got that vote of confidence from your coach and you're playing an absolute shit team, you run, and you try to plug up that shit with your running. You try to plug up the runs with your running. And you got Vital to run for a touchdown. Actually, I don't care how he does it. He's going to score a touchdown. And then this is another one where I don't know. I don't like the spread. Give me the over. I think the Chargers are going to score a ton of points for over 43.5.
I'm agreed with you completely. To go back, yes, my parlay is Milan Guy Vital plus 156. That seems like cake. I don't care how you do the rushing yards for Milan Guy. I don't care how you do the rushing yards for Vital. They're both going over. Parlay them, put them with the TDs too, and might as well have yourself a day. I also want to just call out that our guy, Pudre, who's been a guest of this show, his pick of the week 4-4 going to this week. He's on a 4-game losing streak.
After a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah. And his pick is the Chargers spread. So take that as you will. Just giving him a slight nod. I am going.
He deserves the nod. He deserves the
nod. I'm going over on this game though as well. Yeah. I like the over 43.5. I do think the Chargers are going to run it up. It's just a question in the not of whether the Titans have any sort of will to score this game.
I think they're gonna have some sort of will. I do like that you shouted out our guy Mikey Pudre. He's been a former guest of the Tea Time Tailgate, and he's in a real bad spot right now because I don't know who puts their ego and pride more into their picks than this guy. So the fact that he's been giving out his picks and they're losers has been eating up at him. It's been eating up at him, and you can tell because he said that, hey, I'm not gonna give an explanation as to why I'm picking this in the text that he gives us, and then he ended up still giving an explanation. He still wants it that badly. You could tell.
He wants you to see the work he's putting in. For the prop though, the Vital parlay pick was kind of a part of the last game. My prop pick for this Chargers Tennessee game is I'm going to wide receiver. Everybody's probably down on right now. I think Lad McConkey has been doing really well. He's been eating up the lion's share. I think he's going to go under his stats this week, and I think QJ is fine in the end zone today. I think Quentin Johnson's going to find the end zone today.
He's been missing.
We're going low. We're buying low on him.
I saw him on the back of a milk carton recently because he's been missing. I hope they turn him up soon. So
I mean, you can't eat Captain Crunch without milk, my friend.
Thank you. That's why I got the milk out. I just poured that. That was my shower this morning. I just doused myself with some 2%, shook it all off, put my costume on, and just said, "Aye, Captain." The fact that we haven't done any Captain plays is ridiculous. Let's start finding those. Okay. So we got a couple more games in the 1 o'clock slate. 2 more to be exact. We got the Vikings at the Lions. Lions minus 8.5. The over under 47.5. J.J. McCarthy's making his way back onto the field after he was quote unquote soft benched. You know when Carson Wentz, you got him in the game and one of his shoulders is falling out of his socket, and you have your basically rookie quarterback on the sidelines, you don't think he's very good. You don't think he's very good at all. They have, I think it's going to be bad for McCarthy for his future. I do think he's going to show something this game because the Lions have a very hurt secondary. This is a game where the Vikings need a win desperately. I think 8.5 points was too much to be giving interdivision. I didn't want to touch it though, so I just went with, this is where you don't touch the spread. You don't touch the spread. I'm so far away from the spread, but I yell at you from across the street. Over! Over 47 and a half! Over 47 and a half this game, and I love three props. I'm giving you three props for this one.
I got three props too. That's awesome.
Oh my god. One of them is JJ McCarthy to throw 2 touchdown passes. He sucks. He's gonna do it. It's gonna be gross. That's plus 154. Addison, touchdown, plus money. And then St. Brown touchdown. That's the one I feel the best about. St. Brown touchdown.
Yeah, I like everything. I like all what you said. What I was doing it, I had a spread or over under picks for every single game but this one because I think everything is right at the point it should be. So I'm not even gonna try and give
They
you.
got the lines
I'm not
right.
even. Yeah, they did. Vegas called me and I said you're good. So I just went very simple. I'm normally the stats guy, and I just said Minnesota needs a win. They're off a bye. I'm taking their spread. There's nothing else to it besides those reasons. And then in terms of my props, I got Jefferson over 73.5 receiving yards.
They're not
I got
off a bye.
Detroit minus 9.5.
Wait, they're actually not. They played in a primetime game.
Detroit minus 9.5. Yeah, they got spanked. I think they played on Thursday, so it's a mini bye. Back to Minnesota.
Wow. No, back to Minnesota. Okay.
Yeah.
It all comes down to rest for you. You want to see these guys rested.
Yeah, I love that they have just those extra few days. Love, love, love. Yeah, so Jefferson over 73.5 receiving yards, Gibbs over 3.5 catches, and Addison over 3.5 catches. I love all those. Minnesota's horrible at covering running backs out of the backfield, by the way. So Gibbs over 3.5 is my favorite of those, plus 105.
Oh, that's fun. Write that down for me, Fucky. Write that down for me, Fucky.
Here we go.
Yep.
I'm doing a cursive too.
Write it down with your head as far away from the piece of paper as possible, but you're still able to write. And show me how that looks. Show me how that looks now.
Good, right?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. All right. So that we have one game. This is a game that I'm gonna go big on. This is a game I'm going huge on. It's the 49ers at the Giants. The Giants at plus 2.5 at home. Over under 48.5. Another game where this spread didn't make any sense. Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers coming off a loss. The Giants just lost what I would consider the heart and soul of their team in Cam Scatterboo. I don't think they have nearly the same juice without him in the game. And you could see that when he went down last week. I'm going so big on the 49ers minus 2.5. They are the second leg in my big money line parlay. The first play was the Broncos. The next play was the 49ers. And then the next play is coming soon after. But I love the 49ers in this spot. And then I also have 3 prop bets. You want them?
Give them to me. Okay, keep them yourself. I'll go.
Yeah, please.
So,
I have no more picks.
Yeah, I just fucking snatched them, baby. All right, so last week when we came into the Buffalo Bills game, I was not planning on taking Buffalo, but then you convinced me because they were your mortal lock to go big on them, and you just did it right now. I was gonna go Giants spread for a variety of reasons, but throw them out the window. I'm going San Fran now just because I like the way you spoke about it.
See, I love that. I love when that happens.
And for my prop pick, I'm going to stay true with something on the Giants. I'm going Abdul Carter gets a sack today. He has league high 19 pressures, but has only been credited with half a sack. So he doesn't have a full sack to his name. And whoever it is, Brock Purdy, Mac Jones, I think he's going to be able to get his first today. And I just like to be able to say, hey buddy, remember when you got your first sack? I was on you too. I believe in you. You're going to the Hall of Fame, kid.
He's gonna shout you out in his Hall of Fame speech. He's like, "You didn't believe
Yeah.
I would get a sack ever." And then Stevie
Yeah.
Splits on Tea Time Tailgate.
Yes, I'm Spice Sweet Rack.
I can't believe the amount of times that you're touching your rack.
Well, the thing is, it keeps drooping
So
with my old
you're
age. So
you're putting it back up. Yeah, get him back into place. Wait, actually, before I say that the 49ers I'm so huge on, who's playing quarterback for them today?
Too late, bro. It's too late. I'm pretty sure it's Brock Purdy though.
I'd honestly rather Mac Jones. That makes me like it less. All right, that is the end of our 1 o'clock
All right,
slate.
Giants plus 2.5 for me now. I just gave him all the credit in the world, and now he doesn't like it anymore. Giants money line, not even the fucking spread anymore.
No, go back,
Giants.
go back.
Give me a reason to go back. You don't even know the starting quarterback.
Captain's orders.
Private mate. Okay.
All right, here we go. We're moving from the 1 o'clocks to the 4 o'clocks, and there's a really, really good game in these 4 o'clocks. All right, this is a game I'm very excited about, and I'm so nervous about. We have the Jaguars versus the Raiders. Raiders plus 2.5 at home. The over/under is 43.5. What I try to do is I try to block my mind out from any sort of football picks during the week. I love making my picks the day of when I'm feeling a lot of gusto, a lot of enthusiasm, and I'm firing off the hip. That's when Tony Murr and the captains is best, and when you fire off the hip like this, and you just do off gut instinct. The fact that I was looking early and I found this line scared the fuck out of me because I loved it so much, and the line has changed. It went from 3 to 2.5 now. I think the Jaguars are a well-coached team with Liam Cohen. They're coming off a bye. I think the Raiders are a horrible team. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL. And when you talk about teams that need a win, Jaguars were going on a little bit of a downturn heading into the bye week. I love them this week. This is one of my biggest plays. This is the third play in my money line parlay that I go big mortgage the home on. This is Jaguars minus 2.5, and then also this team is terrible in the defense. They're terrible in all aspects, but they're terrible at stopping the run. I got Etienne for a touchdown.
This is the biggest split of the week, and it's not even close, and it's going the Raiders' direction. The money line is 21% of the bets, and it's getting 62% of the money. That explains the half point.
That's a big split.
Movement. Yeah, that's 41 right there. That's math for you too, Cap. So I'm not gonna do it to you. I'm not gonna make it my formal pick. I won't do it to you because I respect you, Captain, and really
You're my first mate.
As a first mate, I owe you at least that. So instead, I'm going to go under 43.5. This is kind of a gross game. Even though both teams are coming off a bye, there's been a lot of trade rumors going around for a lot of pieces on their team. Travis Hunter randomly announced he's on IR. Jacoby Myers seems like he doesn't want to be there. Like, who are they even throwing to in these 5 weeks? Like, I hate it. The Raiders are 5-2 to the under this season. So I'm going under 43.5 for a prop pick. I'll let it come down to you, Captain, because you're oh so wise. Brock Bowers back for the Raiders. That's a big deal. Over 5.5 receptions.
That is a big
over
deal.
5.5 receptions for him, or Trey Tucker over 41.5 receiving yards.
Brock Bowers. God damn it! This is I'm the lack of information that I have is concerning. Brock Bowers being back this week is gonna be hurtful.
Yeah, there's a real chance after this stream that your big parlay, I choose all the other sides and parlay those.
It is like it is the squarest parlay. It is the squarest parlay.
This week coming into it, I said that in our text group, this is a trap week in the NFL. I just can't determine if it's a trap week for the sharps or a trap week for the public because the lines are just so weird. I don't know. But I do know that it's going under in this Raiders game.
All right. Thank you for being respectful and not going against my my pick in that one. As you know, I'm highly leveraged. That's just how we stay when we're manning this ship that is the Tea
Mm,
Time Tailgate. We want to make
right.
sure that we are full steam ahead and that we are
Yep.
all aligned on the same mission and all steering in the same direction. Okay, I don't want
The
yeah I don't want yeah we're going inside on this one. I don't want you going outside. I want we're circling this thing inside, circle the wagons, and then we go to the next game. This game I hate. This is a game that I hate more than any other game, and this is saying something because of how many shitty games there are. Saints
That's a statement.
Saints at Rams. Rams minus 14 and a half. Over under 43 and a half. The Saints are probably, I think, the worst team in the NFL. The Rams, I think, are one of the best teams in the NFL. I hate this game so much. They have the new rookie quarterback in there starting for his full first game, and Tyler Show. I think he's fucking horrible. I like this is a game. If you haven't noticed, when you don't like the spread, you bet on the over. I'm betting on the over on this one, over 43 and a half. I think the Rams could probably score at will. I think they're coming off a bye, no?
Yep.
They're coming off a bye. I think
Puka's back.
they show up big in this spot. They win huge. I think this is a game where the defensive line is so good for the Rams that they're not going to be able to run the ball. They're going to make this guy throw the ball because he's horrible. For some reason, I'm loving attempts. I like betting attempts
Oh,
now. Over on the
okay.
attempts of Show throwing it, 34 and a half. Over on that.
Okay. Yeah, love it. I love it. This is of all my games the least amount of notes I have because I hate it. I'm just going to go Rams minus 14. If they don't hit that, I don't really care. Lean over in the game, nice pick.
I don't really care.
And if they're up by 14, that means Corum scoring a touchdown at plus 280 today. Those are my
Ooh.
three picks. But I'm gonna do a nice little. So there's three games here at 4 o'clock. There's this shitty one. There's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Las Vegas Raiders, also very shitty. And then there's the one we haven't talked about. As Riley was saying in the chat, this is going to be a very 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 big game at 425.
Cinema, he
Big
said.
game at 425. What do you say?
He said it's going to be cinema.
Cinema it is. It's showcase. Uh, and I love that it's a 425. There's a lot of rumblings of people saying, why the hell did the NFL not put this game as the primetime night game today? No, 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 no. Nobody's going to be watching the Raiders game. Nobody's going to be watching the Rams game. But instead, you get your dessert a little bit early. You're getting it at 4:30 while you still have your full wits about you before you get sleepy after the beer, the wings, the dip, and all the chips you've been eating. And you get a primetime game at 4:30 Eastern. That is beautiful. I couldn't have asked for a better time for that game. What say you about that game?
Yeah, let's say me. Captain says, I like that game. I like you a
I
lot.
do.
No, but let's be honest. I think in terms of the best time to watch a football game, like I love when the Patriots are on at 4:30 because
Yeah.
you can solely focus on that game. You don't have everything else going on. And like by the time that Sunday night rolls around, I'm tie. I'm tie.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to stay up for that game. I
Yeah.
love this slate. I love where it's
Love
at.
what they did. Love, 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 love.
So we got Chiefs at Bills. Bills plus 1.5 at home. Over under 52.5 points. So what I was looking at into this game earlier this week because the Chiefs were playing. The Chiefs were playing Monday night, and I wanted to know about their record. So Chiefs beat the Bills in the playoffs last year, but the Bills beat the Chiefs in the regular season. So I'm going to flip flop that because I think this is going to be the Bills' season. I think they don't show them everything that they need to. The Chiefs are on a very, very hot streak, probably playing like the best team in the NFL right now. I think they win this game. I got the Chiefs in this game because the Bills are going to beat them in the playoffs later this year. And I got
Ooh.
this is a number, Ev. This was a number that came to me in my sleep last night. I was thinking and I was
Mhm.
thinking how I could implement this number because it was so prominent in my slumber. The number four. The number four was very prominent. Rashi Rice touchdown. Get him in there.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If I was picking a side, definitely going Kansas City. I don't think Buffalo's that good. They also just lost Oliver, who was a big run stopper for them. I really don't think Buffalo's that good. I actually bet their regular season win total under before it started. So I'm doubling down on that with KC winning this one. But really, what everybody in America wants to bet. And who am I to stop everybody in America? We're going over in this game. We're going over 52 and a half. And to just make you feel a little bit better about doing that, here's why I like it. There are five different players in this game whose odds to score a touchdown are plus 100 or worse. So
That's
that is they're telling you there's going to be points. They're telling you there's good players in this game. They're telling you that tells you that it's going to be showcase cinema. Shout out Riley again. The touchdown players I'm picking is Josh Allen. If they have any chance, Josh Allen's going to have to step up and be an MVP. And I like him only minus 110 odds. And then I also did a little weird parlay in this one. I'm taking both QBs rushing yards over. So for Mahomes, I did 17 and a half, which is a little bit like not his like the minus 110, it's a little bit bought up. And then Allen over 33 and a half rushing yards, and that gives you to a nice plus 105. So
okay.
I think they're going to be scrambling a little bit today.
I love how you gave out an America play. Like
Yeah.
this is a game that this is a play that America wants to do, and who are you to hold out on the Americans and what they want?
Look, I know you got a cousin Captain America, so I'm just riding his wave.
Nice. I mean, the captains, we do get together around this Halloween time, and
Yep.
we share notes. We share how we can best man our ships and get everyone on the same page in the same direction. So I did talk to Captain America. I was also being coined as Captain Crap last night because I had to leave the party in crap.
Fucking more. Holly's mom was drunk, and she was like, "Where's Anthony? Let me see that crap and crunch outfit again."
That's great. Wait, when was this?
I texted you in the group. It was the day you were at the party when you sent the photo.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
All right.
I was
So
like, Anthony, she just gave you a great line to use: "Crap and crunch."
crap and crunch. I mean, that was some foresight right there because I was crap and crunch last night. All right, these are the last. So we got what we have left. Ev is we got the 8 o'clock game, Mortal Locks, and then a little fantasy start. Instead, I actually did it this week. Seahawks at Commanders. Commanders +3 at home. Over under 48.5 points. This was a game where I think the Seahawks are way better than the Commanders. I think the Seahawks are a really good team. I think the Commanders, they've had a lot of primetime games recently, and they've looked horrible in every single one of them. The fact that this line has not moved, though, and I think about what we were saying earlier as to what team needs a win more. I think the Commanders need a win badly. This is desperation mode. They're putting Jane Daniels back in. I took the Commanders money line for my pick. And then this is something I'm going to be largely leveraged on. This is something that you can't see this unless you are truly seeing shit. And let me be your eyes for this game. Let me be your eyes for this pick because only I, the captain, can see through the fog and through the nighttime. The Barner guy from the Seahawks, this is a tight end. He's getting in the end zone. Touchdown.
I absolutely love that. I love everything you said. This is one game where I had no notes, no notes,
No
and I was
notes.
just I was gonna let you do your thing and see how you could convince me. So here's my official pick. It's too hard to see. It says captain's orders, bitch. So
Oh, yes.
I'm going Commanders money line, and I'm parlaying it with Barner anytime as my official pick for that game. And I will let you know that Alec, as you know, he loves to sprinkle his first TD scores. He has Barner in that one, so
Come
that should make
on.
you feel even better.
We're going big on that. Since it's a captain's orders pick, can you give me a salute? Ho! Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. All right. So this is what we got to do now. This is what we got to do now. I'm going to give my mortal lock, and then you will do it right after Stevie splits. This is when I get serious. I take off the glasses. So as I've said in mortal locks in the past, I'm 6-2, 6-2, 6-2. So I'm someone that you should be paying attention to. When it comes down to the NFL, there are good teams, there are bad teams. And the good teams should win more often than not. They say any given Sunday, but they don't consider that when they talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a team that's hungry. They're on the prowl. They're looking at that raider. There's a raider that just made its way into the jungle, and he's trying to find his other raider mates. He's lost in the jungle, away from his ship, and that jaguar's ready to pounce right on him and tear him to shreds. spreads. This is a game where they're trying to confuse us with the line. The line does not matter. The Jaguars are a far superior team than the Raiders. I like the Jaguars tonight. I love the Jaguars today. I'm betting them big. Jaguars mortal lock.
Very nice. I mean, what's a captain? You can't like stop Raiders without a captain, and that's what you're doing. Uh, I'm giving a tea time first here. Oh, I'm not giving. I'm doing a tea time first here. This is going to be the first ever time the mortal lock of the week has been the same team back to back weeks. I'm going the Houston Texans money line as my mortal lock again. Again, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, about to be 4-1, 4-1, 4-1, 4-1. I'm going to keep it simple. They have the better quarterback, they have the better defense, and they're playing at home. The Broncos sit at 6-2, but I kind of don't think they've really been playing that well. They kind of played some crappy teams, barely beat the Cowboys. Miracle comeback against the Eagles. Good win. I won't denounce that, but still, they had to really fight back in that one. They beat Jake Browning and the Bengals. They beat the Titans. The Broncos have won 4 one-possession games this year. They're due no Sertan. The Broncos are only projected 19 points. That's extremely low. I mean, to give you some sort of comparison, the Saints are at 15. So that's kind of putting you in the stink bowl there. So I'm going Texans, mortal lock, money line. I'm in incredibly large on them. Whether it's money line, whether it's their spread, whether it's them in a ton of parlays, but they're on everything. They're touching for everything. So I know you have the Broncos. One of us is going to be victorious, hopefully.
We'll see who the better man is. I like that. I like a little head to head. So thank you for your mortal lock, Stevie. I think we're at a high clip right now in the mortal lock. So if you like money, this is where you should be following. I will bring it to the final segment. Let's do it quickly because now I need to plug in all these bets. My fantasy start, I got 2 guys in here, 2 guys that I have mentioned already. We got the Manung guy on the Bears. He's going to have a huge game. I'm expecting 15 plus fantasy points from him. He's in your starting lineup. And then Barner on the Seahawks. I can imagine him with 2 touchdowns tonight. They have a couple of receivers out, and everyone's gonna be focused on Njigba. I like Barner tonight. I think he's gonna have a good fantasy game. And then fantasy sit. This is kind of going up your alley, Stevie. This is a game where they're going to have a hard time running the ball because of the defense on the other side. J.K. Dobbins, you don't want him in.
Very nice. I agree with all of them. I had Manangai as my start, obviously, per our earlier conversations. I have Vital as a start, but I'll give you 2 other ones because we already touched on them. I like Knight with the Cardinals today. I know Carter got released and and now he's back on the practice line. And now he's taking first starter reps. No. Knight against the Cowboys, start him. And then another start that I really like, I'm blanking on, so I'm going to go to my sit, and it's Ja'Cory Crossy Merritt. It's about time you put Bill to bed.
Yeah, he's brutal.
I think Bill's got to be put to bed here.
He's brutal. I hate him.
Oh wow. Okay, if you hate him, then I'm really gonna fade him. And if you hate that, you're gonna love my other pick because I just remembered it. Dale. You start Dale this week. I love him. I think Dart is peppering him against the 49ers.
I like that. His stat line's always 6 catches on 8 attempts for 56 yards. He's 5'8". He's 5'8". He does it for the folks like us.
And a touchdown today though.
Oh, okay. All right, so that is another episode of Tea Time Tailgate Week 9 edition. I want to thank you to my co-host, Stevie Splits, for being a part of this and giving everyone the winners that they so deserve, as well as those splits. If you were in the chat, if you were watching, I hope you can make some money and enjoy your football Sunday. Thank you, as always, to the Tea Timers. And this is a special captain salute. Salute.